Let's now harvest some craft. And right now we will look at harvesting metaphor and personification. My favorite thing to do is harvest craft from our reading, capturing it in the wild, seeing what writers do with words that we would really like to do too. Here's a basic process for capturing craft in the wild. You read, you notice something, you name it, you make an icon for it, add it to your toolbox, and then use it from now on. Let's look at this poem by William Wordsworth. I wandered lonely as a cloud. He talks about seeing daffodils. And when we have students read this poem, then underline any of the parts of it that they really like. Then we ask students, what did you underline? And let's talk about what you liked about this. It's a perfect opportunity to name the things that they liked if we have names, like the personification in this one. The top one, when all at once I saw a crowd, a host of golden daffodils. Well, crowds and hosts are usually people of some kind, and in this case, it's flowers. Down below, 10,000 saw I at a glance, tossing their heads in sprightly dance. Flowers don't have heads, and they don't dance. Those are people features. And so in this case, William Wordsworth used personification. So we could grab it from that example, those two examples right there, draw an icon. We draw an icon, in this case it's a little flower with a face on it, and add it to our list. We don't always have to find craft in the work of the professional writers. It's all around us. It's even in our own students' writing. Sometimes they don't even know they're doing it. Sometimes it is intentional. Here's a piece by a fourth grader, and it offers a piece of craftsmanship that we can certainly notice and harvest. And what's that process we use? We notice it as we're reading. We name it. We make an icon for it. We add it to our bank of tools we can use, and then we try it out. In this case, this student was talking about an uncle who passed away, and she said in the ending of this piece, life is a maze. When you look at the rest of that circle, everything in there, she's talking about how life is just like a maze. We call that an extended metaphor. So in order to practice this extended metaphor, it's fun to take a sticky note and say life is a blank, and then 3 more lines worth of explanation about how that could possibly be true. Like life is a musical. There's an extended metaphor, or life is an ocean wave. And now we can add metaphor to our tool chart. We like to use an equal sign because setting up a metaphor is almost like setting up an equation in math. Blank is blank. Here's a metaphor in a high-scoring essay. My dad told me the track was like life with its ups and downs. You see they use like, so it's technically a simile, not a metaphor, but it's an extended simile, and it involves metaphoric thinking nonetheless. Think of short-term goals as building blocks. Here's another metaphor right smack in the middle of an essay written by a 7th grader. You could put metaphors in an essay anywhere you want. This one uses them throughout, and it's different metaphors throughout this whole paper. These are all high-scoring essays written on the STAR test. Look what this high school student did. They used the same metaphor at the beginning and the ending, giving us a metaphor bookend kind of structure that anyone could use. What else would you want to harvest to put into your collection of writer's tools? Next will be my favorite rhetorical device found in a barn.